Hi, would you like to stop yelling at your kids? Stay tuned. That's what we'll be talking about today. Hi, I'm Rebecca Freeling with Wits End Parenting. Do you want to stop yelling? Let's talk about it. Yelling used to be okay. My mom didn't have any objection to doing it. But today we want to be a little more conscious, a little more connected, a little more compassionate. And so we get a lot of advice about how to stop yelling. Some of this advice sounds like, hey, you know what? You got to know your triggers. If dinner time is a stressful time for you, maybe tonight, order out. If you're feeling tired, maybe some point in the day you need to take a nap to catch up on sleep. Did you have a fight with your spouse? Maybe you should work it out before you reconnect with the kids. Well, that's all really good advice. But it leaves out one really, really big trigger, which is your kids aren't doing what you told them to do. They're not listening. You didn't start out yelling. I'm not going to just walk in on Cheetah when he's playing peacefully with his stuffies in his room having a tea party and just because I'm tired start yelling at him. No, his not listening is a big part of the context that is present when I'm yelling. Another piece of advice, let your kids know. Give them a warning that you're about to lose it. Cheetah, I have asked you 6 times to put your coat on. If I have to ask you one more time, I think I'm going to lose my patience. Now, Cheetah is a defiant, strong-willed cheetah. And if I say something like that to him, do you know what he's going to say? Bring it, Mom. That strategy isn't really going to work for us. Another one that I hear about is lower your expectations. Now, we definitely want our expectations to be age appropriate. I'm not going to expect a 3-year-old to sit at a Thanksgiving dinner for an hour. But lowering expectations for basic respect, for listening and responsibility is not a help to you or your child, short-term or long-term. So let's get real about yelling at your kids. How do we stop yelling at them? Remember what I said about one of the big reasons we yell? So your main thing is going to need to be, you need to deal with the fact that your kids aren't listening. And this means you need to set things up so kids will listen. But how do we do that? First, it means you need to pay attention to how you're giving the direction. Cheetah, please put your coat on. I'm face to face. I'm present. I'm connected. Here's where our connection is. I'm not saying, oh, hey, why don't we get our coats on? Hey, let's get our coats on. Please do this thing I'm asking you to do. Second of all, what if he doesn't do it? That's when you need an accountability system. Accountability means that something happens if the child is not meeting expectations. Maybe they lose screen time, or they have to do this thing before they do their fun thing. Accountability system needs to be clear, predictable, and simple. And I need to deliver it in a positive or neutral tone without fighting, without judging, without punishing. And I'm going to accept Cheetah's decision to take the consequence. Without accountability, I can describe the boundary all day long. I can say, Cheetah, you know you're not allowed to jump on the couch. Cheetah, stop jumping on the couch. Cheetah, we don't jump on furniture. I can set this boundary, I can speak this boundary all day, but until I'm ready to back it up, Cheetah, stop jumping. I see you're still jumping. You're losing your, screen time. Oh, no! Because I can back it up, I can really call it a boundary, that I'm actually holding the boundary and not just describing it. So giving a clear direction and having an accountability system are 2 important pieces that will get kids to listen, which means you're not as frustrated and you can avoid yelling. But before I end this video, I want to give you one more tip. Have you ever been afraid of this reaction, of this pushback, and has that stopped you from giving consequences? So when I took the screen time from Cheetah, Cheetah started to have a reaction. No, you can't do that. Don't take my screen time. You're a bad mommy. You're the worst mommy ever. Expect that when you provide a consequence, or if kids miss a reward, they're going to be upset. This could be an hour-long tantrum. It could be violent, it could be yelling, it could just be stomping and growling, it could be name calling. Dealing with this is one of the first things I teach parents when I do my private coaching programs. Because if you have a plan for this reaction, for this pushback, you're not going to fear it, and you won't try so hard to avoid it. So we've told you that if you want to stop yelling at your kids, one of the biggest keys to your success will be to set things up so that they listen to you. So maybe takeout for dinner isn't the whole solution after all. We really need the kids to listen. Give clear direction, have an accountability system, and plan for the pushback. Now, we would love to hear your comments. Please leave a comment or question below and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss a thing. See you next time.